Madam Speaker, the President of the United States.
Multiple continents.
You guys know what this represents?
All people that have gone out there against the mainstream media and said, you're going to call us racist, you're going to call us potential Timothy McVeighs. You are.
Hey there, welcome to the Patriot Party News, and there I go. I got my wrong deal on. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm going to change my little visual effects stuff here because I lose my mind, and I'm not even going to worry about it. There it is right there. Hello, welcome to the Patriot Party News. Big things happening. I hope everybody's ready. I hope everybody's excited about it. Going to be good things, going to be bad things. First, join.patriot.com. That's where we hang out. If you come here, I would say come hang out with me and talk time. That's where I live. That's where I give the best information I can. Also check out the chat rooms and Patriot Shoot and state chat rooms, and then just our form of Facebook. Also, a lot of us have been talking about gold and silver. This is who I go to for my gold and silver. Miles Franklin. You just ask them for a PPN price list, and they rock and roll. Today we got the one and only Oath Keeper Bill and Mr. Edward Torres. I'm gonna bring these guys in here and get this thing rocking and rolling. So, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hola, muchachos.
Hola, muchacho.
You look good this week, Oath Keeper Bill. You were a little under the weather last week.
Yeah, a little too many apple juices.
Oh,
Well rested.
Loco Vero.
Oh.
Yeah,
Crazy
buddy.
white
Yeah, the
boy.
weather was just perfect. Yeah,
Good,
did a lot
good.
of outdoor
Hey, every once
stuff.
in a while you gotta take a break, chill out, have a good time, maybe come hang out and talk time a little bit,
Just relax.
entertain us every once in a while. I'm cool with that. Well, what's going on?
Right?
Anything big? Anything big with you, Oath Keeper Bill? You got any big stuff going on? I'd love to know. First off, how are things going with your sheriff?
Amazing. Sheriff's totally on board. Just he's cool as a cucumber, I tell you. He has, throughout the last several years especially, pretty much diagnosed this as an operation. And even at the local levels, they do their own operations with whatever they're tasked with in respect to sting operations or whatever they have to do. And so he's understanding the length of time it takes to get to certain levels. And he's amazed at the progress. Obviously, we all want the arrests. We all want accountability to occur. But this is worldly. This is not just New York State or St. Lawrence County or Potsdam, the town of Potsdam. This is worldly, and everything plays a factor. And we are literally in a revolutionary war, and to restore our true republic and to gain our actual independence. So, and we're here. We are right at the end, and I say it often with the correlation of in the 1770s with the original Revolutionary War with the colonists, the colonial army, and the militia that assisted the colonial army. To me, is the same as our Q operators in the background, as being our colonial army, and us digital soldiers, which are similar to the militia, assisting in the Q team. And people like ourselves are here to try to bring to our local levels to what we would call the neutralists. In the Revolutionary Army, all those who did not fight, did not want to participate, did not feel comfortable participating, they were called neutralists. We have and we can all see the neutralists around our local communities. But it is up to us to give them the knowledge, to give them the power back to we the people. And to me, our big militias are the Sean Taylors, the Patrick Burns, the Mitch Vectors, those big patriots that have taken the many decades of information and investigations and brought it to the upper level colonists, if you will, if you want to correlate it back to the original Revolutionary War, to the actual Americans that are fighting for our true republic. So when I look at it like that, it's like, wow, it's so amazing, because it really it brings the fifth generation warfare to me, to where I can almost visualize the difference. Oh, am I
No,
rubber
you're good.
banding. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Good.
You're good.
It helps me visualize that. And then you have the traditional redcoats from the 1770s, which is the British Imperial Empire that blanketed the United States of America in 1871. So the redcoats still are around. And then you have the loyalists, which are the Democrats. So the loyalists obviously were part of the original Americans whose loyalty stuck with the king. So to me, that's our Democrats. Those are the demon rats, if you will. Those
And
who
the
are
rhino.
loyal to the British Empire. Huh?
And the rhinos.
And what, Eddie?
And the GOP
And the
rhinos.
rhinos. So other than uniform, the red, the blue, other than a visual, to me, that has helped me greatly to understand that this is a revolutionary war. And we are right at the end of it. And I'm so grateful for everybody for not giving up. And thank you, President Trump. Thank you, General Flynn. Thank you to all the patriots. Thank you. And I salute to Miss Tulsi Gabbard in respect to her mission, what she has done to disclose so much information. And God bless her husband and for what he's going through with his bone cancer. So, and hello, boys. It's good to see you guys.
What's up? Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I'm a little concerned that not concerned, but I think we're at the start of it. You know what I mean? The start of
Right.
the end. You know what do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. The start of
Yes.
the end. You know, where we're fixing it's going to be bumpy. It's going to be bumpy. I want to make sure everybody knows we got really good things going, and we got some really some silly stuff going on, some crazy things that
We got
really
good things going. We got really, really good things going, and really, really, really good things going.
and some bad things happening.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows.
And it's
Some
going to
things
shake
that are
the
gonna make
boat.
your hair stand up on your arms and your back of your neck, and just be ready for it.
Yep.
Well,
Very much.
Edward, what do you think? What you got going on?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, I've
There's
been hearing you when you said, who was it that you said? You said that Raul was going to get picked up about 3 days before he got picked up. Now, where are you getting your information from, dude?
I'm just calling it as things are coming up, you
Yes,
know,
sir.
and stuff. Talking about that, there has been reported from Puerto Rico that U.S. troop movement has been coming back into Puerto Rico again.
Okay.
Now, Puerto Rico was the staging point, training point for the Maduro operation. Okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's very important, that point right there. So, the the Castro, Daniel Canelo Cuba is making threats that it's going to be the Minister of Interior saying that, if the U.S. dares to attack, it's going to be a bloody battle. Okay? That's the threat. If U.S. decides to invade, there's going to be a bloody battle. But let me make a definition here, because this is very important. You probably have heard what GAESA, GAES. That's Grupo de Administración Empresarial, right? That's the business administration group of Cuba, right? Okay, that group right there has more money. Listen to what I'm saying. Has more money than the government of Cuba. Has more properties, you name it. Now, according to Marco Rubio. This is the way he described it: a state within a state that is accountable to no one and hoards profits from its business for its benefit of a small elite group of Cubans. Okay?
Okay.
Those are the top tier. All right. Now, this goes to as yesterday. And the reason I'm bringing Gaesa in and see how they're tearing different layers of the infrastructure in Cuba. In Miami, the sister Adia Lantres Morera, who is the sister of the Gaesa CEO, Ana Gaesa Morera, was arrested in Miami and her visa was taken away. Or
Was this just recently?
Yeah, this happened yesterday or the day,
Okay.
the same day that
Okay.
The indictment for Raul Castro was done.
Yes.
Now she as the CEO of Gaesa controls 70% of Cuba's economy. And she's in custody, her LPR or legal resident, legal permanent resident card was removed because she has ties to the government. Now, let's go back to the indictment of Raul Castro for the downing of the aircraft for the Brothers of Rescue back in '96.
Okay.
Right? Well, guess what? One of the pilots is in custody here in the United States already because he has been living here.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
He was arrested the same day that the indictment came out.
Really?
Yes. When he was part of the downing. Actually, one of the aircraft that shot at that Piper and took it down. There were two MiGs that went after it. Two MiGs, not one, two.
Are we talking about for Cuba or for Venezuela?
Cuba.
Okay. All right. Got you. Yes.
That's the downing of the aircraft that they said that they were in Cuban and international water and in territorial waters, and they were outside. That's why he's being indicted. Okay. This is getting. I mean, there's so much stuff going on, bros. I'm telling you, folks, there is so much stuff. It's in. Yesterday, I sat down to charge my phone, and I didn't get off my phone for 3 hours of all the information that was coming through.
Really? It's a lot.
A lot. It's just incredible. Let me hit Costa Rica. The newly elected president, Laura Fernandez, has promised to create the judicial system like El Salvador to take down all criminals and drug traffickers. The same thing that Bukele did, she wants to do in Costa Rica. So here you see how the things are, those dominoes on the criminal side are starting to fall. And these people, these newly elected folks, presidents and stuff, are standing up to all this corruption. Because the corruption is not to say that I have a drug dealer out in the corner. No, because there's people involved in government, like it is in Venezuela and Mexico. The one that I haven't dug into yet is Guatemala and Nicaragua, right? Because Ortega, who was part of the Iran-Contra, is back to being the president of Nicaragua, and I don't know who the president of Guatemala is.
The Shield of Americas are absolutely paramount with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's amazing what they're doing behind the scenes on the Western Hemisphere. It's
Let's
just
go back.
amazing.
Let's go back to Cuba here for a minute. The grandson of Raúl Castro, which is Raúl G. Rodriguez Castro, aka the Crab.
All right.
It's been flying from Cuba to Panama with money, opening bank accounts to move their money, and buying properties and mansions in Panama, in a region called Coclel and Kikiriki. And they're starting to move the money that they've been laundering for so many years from the Cuban people and from all these side business, like from the oil that they would get from either Venezuela or Mexico, that they only put 40% into the economy and the other 60% was being sold in the open market. All right.
Wow.
Now, here we go. Venezuela. Okay. The U.S. has given the order to Tulsi Rodriguez to remove Diosdado Cabello, the Minister of Defense, Gonzalo Lopez, and the removal of Jose Cabello, his brother, who runs the IRS for Venezuela, and Alex Rodriguez Cabello, a cousin, who is the director of the Department of Intelligence and Internal Security. Okay, it's just like saying the CIA and the NSA all together in one, but not international internal security. And the reason they want these guys out so they could bring Maria Corina back to Venezuela. But if they would bring her back, these guys still within power, and there's going to still be the minions that are going to try to do stuff, but they're going to create a whole bunch of problems for the new administration and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that Maria Corina Machado is creating her government in exile, so the moment that they come in, they're brought back, they can put her back into power. But the other thing there is some of the analysis of that, the U.S. might go in and put a protectorate on Venezuela to prevent all these problems. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then the other knucklehead, Alex Saab, who was the Attorney General for Venezuela, was accused of human trafficking, torture, child porn, money laundering through Ecuador. But this guy was also indicted in 2004 in Colombia for money laundering. He ran to Venezuela and was taken under the arm by Maduro, and they falsified all types of stuff. They falsified that he was a Venezuelan citizen, voting, official passport, the red passport, all that stuff, just to bring him in so he could launder money because he knew how to do it. So if we stick with Venezuela, that's Alex. We stick with Venezuela. It turns out that the real brains behind the operation, the real accounting control, was Celia Flores, Maduro's wife. The data back by analysis, Gabriela Luquena revealed three-tier scheme exceeding in $2.2 billion.
And that's the
Okay.
one we have. We have her and the bookkeeper, right?
Yeah. Yes. This is the bookkeeper was Alex.
Yes, sir.
The evaporation of more than 300 tons of gold alongside Delcy, who was part of the network, 400 ghost companies from Miami to Paris, and purchase loyalty with a blacklist that includes 87 general politicians from 5 countries. Now, this ties in, this right here ties in to Spain with the ex-president of Spain, Zapatero. Now, Zapatero, with his influence, started this, bought out or infused this company, this airline company called Ultra Plus, that only had 4 planes, 4 jets. Okay, which only actually was moving 0.01% of passengers that had passengers in its plane, but was making flights to Venezuela to launder the gold from Venezuela, money into all these companies. Okay. And that, and also we're bringing drugs into Spain, okay, yeah, from Venezuela. Okay, this is a good one. This is a good one. I'm telling you, this is good. Now, remember that I just told you. Well, let me go back. Let me go back here. Okay. Then I go to the other one. The Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación, CJ&G, all right, lost Mencho. He was captured, right? We all know that, okay? But according to Mexican and U.S. authorities have identified, guess this, a U.S. citizen as the new leader of the cartel. Okay? He was born in Southern California. He's the stepson of Menchol. Now, the CJ&G, the Nuevo Jalisco, they have presence throughout Mexico, okay? But not only that, they have presence over in more than 20 countries. The U.S. has put out a $5 million reward for information that leads to his arrest. Okay? Now, remember this part, 20 countries. Okay? Nigeria. Okay? In the state of, Ogun, Nigeria. Nigerian authorities arrested 3 Mexicans working in a meth lab. You hear that? 20 countries. This is how far these guys reach, Nigeria.
Yep.
Now, during the operation in Nigeria, their only purpose was to build a lab and make meth. It was a meth lab. They seized over 2,400 kilos of meth worth $360 million.
Dang.
Now, this is how far it goes. The CJNG and Sinaloa cartel have established silently labs throughout Africa. 11 of 12 labs that have been taken down have been run by the Mexican cartel.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is ran by pretty much the Club of Rome, the City of London.
Right. That goes to the Morena Party, who they pay the Morena Party for protection.
Yes, sir.
All right. So they pay them money, and the government itself provides either the police or military to give them protection.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, this is wild, man. This is, and it gets worse. What time is it? Okay, we're good. Okay, this one, it's going to lead back to something that they call it a powder keg. Okay. The U.S. made a request to import diesel into Cuba for the embassy. Okay.
Okay.
The Havana, the Castro regime denied it. And that goes against all the diplomatic rules and da 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 da. Now, there's two things right here. You got this one going on because that's the sovereignty of the United States or any country and their embassy is respected by all countries. Right? Am I right on that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's go from there. This is my analysis, my opinion. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, the president, Donald Trump, canceled this weekend's meeting or going to his son's wedding because he had to be in Washington. Also, all intel officers canceled all their plans for the weekend to be in Washington. Okay.
Yes.
Now, remember when we started talking that the U.S. had already started moving troops into Puerto Rico for training. Okay. That's one. That's where Maduro's operation was practiced at. Okay. They want to remove, on Saturday, they're going to have an evacuation exercise from the U.S. Embassy in Venezuela, Caracas. Okay?
Yes.
1. 2, you have this problem right here where Cuba is denying entry of that fuel for the embassy.
Okay.
Which is a sovereign thing. You know, it's messing with the sovereignty. But in the diplomatic world, it's a powder keg.
Okay.
Right? So if we look at those two, and we add Iran is out of the picture right now because of the possible peace agreement, ceasefire, end of war that has been talked all over the place. That said it's going to be in hours or in days that it's going to be announced as to all the details and everything. Both sides have agreed to it. That's what they're saying, right? That leaves these two others that are open. Who is it? Are they going to, because they won't allow the fuel to go in, would be enough to snatch Raúl Castro?
Yeah.
Or they're going in to Venezuela under that deal of a exercise to take Diosdado Cabello, his brother and his cousin, and maybe Dulce.
There's 4 of them.
Which is the fourth one?
There's 4 that they're going in to get right now.
Yeah. That could be Dulce, Diosdado Cabello, his brother Jose, and his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 of them. You're right.
Yeah, that's just there. Now they're doing the same thing in other places because Maduro is singing like a canary, and he's going to probably do it just out to everybody.
So that's why, in my opinion, that's why the president is not going to New Jersey for the wedding.
Well, very well could be. Yeah.
Because he would want to be on top of everything in order to make quick decisions as needed.
Now, also, I'm getting a text that another reason that Trump had to cancel a bunch of stuff is possibly because his daughter was targeted on some things, just like we saw where Peter Ticton's daughter was targeted. So that's kind of some breaking news that Chaz sent me earlier, just a few minutes ago.
And then to close it off on my part, Mexico, after the last revolution, confiscated all weapons. You had to, in order to have a weapon, you could only have it for 2 reasons. You were either shooting in sports or for hunting. Okay? Legally. I'm talking about legal firearms.
Okay.
Well, now it appears that Mexico is relaxing the rules in order for people to have a weapon.
Well, it'd be better to have weapons these days. I mean, they need to act, goodness gracious.
Well, somebody needs to protect themselves against the sicarios.
And I'm telling you, it's fixing to get live here. I've been seeing this. I've been calling it appetizers because it is appetizers compared to what's gonna happen. But and it's not just us; it's globally.
Yep.
These indictments and arrests are fixing to come just boom, 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 boom. It's going to blow everybody's minds. I think it's going to blow, maybe not us, people that, we talk to a lot, we're used to it. We're ready. It doesn't seem like anything's bothering us much, the way we're rolling. Right. And I hope it stays like that, because things are just, we knew that was going to happen. Blow that off. We're good. We're barreling through this thing and getting the information pretty quick.
Yes,
it's
sir.
like we get it and it happens 3 days later.
But it's moving. It's moving throughout the world.
Right.
All these things that it's going to be history for the first time in Spain. I'm talking about Spain. That president of Spain is going to be in front of a judge because of allegations.
It's time. He's been messing with everything. He is a mess.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
Well, this is Zapatero. Sanchez is also involved in it because they have been meeting with Venezuela, with Colombia, and so far and so on. It's it is crazy, man. It's oh my God. You could I could sit there, go through feed for hours and nothing. There's some that are repeated, so that confirms the information from different reporters, different truthers about what's going on. But things are happening, man. Things are happening. You can't say nothing is happening.
No, It looks like General Holt was on Newsmax bringing some information that was sent to me. I'm going to see if I can't play this. I'm not positive that I can, but it might be worth it. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. Now, I might not be able to do it because I don't have that. Maybe I can. Go ahead if y'all got something to say. I don't want to slow everything down. Ivanka Trump targeted by terrorists before capture.
Yeah, it was an assassination plot by an Iranian IRGC trained terrorist.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that happening, that first big one like that, where a name, it's happened to Peter Ticton's daughter before too. That means that it's time for, okay, they're in trouble. They've got to do this. They've got to bring out aliens. They've got to do something in the oceans. They got to stop some places where stuff's delivered. They've got to do that. Maybe it came on now. Let me see if it did.
It seems to me that they're going after soft targets, that they did their surveillance and find out that she was a soft target, didn't have enough security around her.
Yes, sir.
And that made her a soft target, made it easy, you know.
Well, I'm trying to get this thing.
Force. So it is very serious when we hear stories or reports about individuals who have been working with the commander who has been eliminated, who have been working with the regime against members of the families. That is a top priority, because by targeting the family, by targeting people who are close to the president or members of the cabinet or anybody who is a decision maker, they are trying to create a chaos. They are trying to create divisions to get and gain time for their regime. So we have to be very careful about that. And I am very happy that this information was unveiled, and then he is arrested.
You know, pushing that to your daughter. I know you guys have daughters. I have daughters. You know, something like that would happen. And I have that red button that I could go like that and drop one of those rods of God down.
Yeah. Amen.
And
well, drones. Be looking for drones.
I saw a picture. They did drop a rod of God down in Iran.
Yeah. Be looking for drones.
That was a big crater that it left.
Yeah. I hear that that you should be looking for them, whether it's going to be on American soil. That there have been some found. You know, we know about them. I believe Bongino, knew about some stuff, and yeah, we're going to start seeing some things happen that we've all talked about, and we've all said, "Ooh, what if this happens?" You know, there's some very good possibilities. I've always told Chaz over the years, man, watch those 3-day weekends. Watch those, when there's a break, something big can happen during that time when they've got people chilled out. Now, kids are getting out of school. This would be another time to, get everybody in the house, settle down. I'm not saying right now, but I'm saying that those are things that could happen. Where right now you've got us. They say that ICE is going to be shut down with the government maybe taking a break or whatever, I don't know if that's for sure going to happen. Do we know if that's for sure going to happen if the government's taking a break soon?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't. Well, you have to give the agents a break because I'm pretty sure that the tempo is pretty high. So yeah they're going to need a break. But going back on the 3-day weekend,
Mhm.
you have people that are going to be going to different activities, presentations, events, and stuff. That's going to have a large group, you know, and particular Memorial Day, we're celebrating the fallen soldiers that have fought for this country, uh, to do some damage if they decide to do it. That would be a perfect situation for it. I'm not saying that they're going to do it. No, I'm just thinking operationally.
Yeah.
If I was going to do something, I would look at those, because everybody is looking at the different displays and this and that, and they're gathering in groups. You know, the food court, the food truck, whatever, the restroom, all that stuff. Uh, it's just like the October 7th incident in Israel, is what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I think all that's on the table. What it amounts to is we're going into this. This is the start of the end. Now, how long is the end gonna last? I don't know. But what we've got going on is, I'm still going to keep calling this is the appetizer. What's going to get us going, get us into it? Some indictments, some arrests, and things like that. And these are cabal members. It's not just our country. It's in all the countries. Just like Edward was saying, this is, when you see those things, that's the overall movement, and the game plan is for these people to go down, because I think we've got the numbers, but we're still looking for more numbers. Wakey time. I know I say that a bunch, but we're trying to, there's something fixing to break loose, that either somebody's going to come on the screen that everybody's like, whoa, he just said that. He knows everything about the elections because, he was the president of Venezuela, or who knows, there's something big that's going to come out, I believe, that, and then also I know of 4 more that are coming out, not just where he is, but in other countries. And, yeah, there's big stuff fixing to happen. I'm kind of having to watch out what I say. So, yeah.
Understood. My advice to anybody, I know you got to live your life. You can't live in fear.
Amen.
You can't live in fear. But if you do go out to events in your city, your town, whatever, be sure that you're watching your 6 and watch for the behavior that doesn't fit the group. That's the one that you have to watch for.
Yeah. We hadn't talked about Gabbard yet, much. The CIA supposedly is doing some stuff. They're deep into spying on everything that we've been doing, and we have known that. We've got them. We know that's what's going on. But what they're talking about is they're stopping totally the information that we've been interfering with, the COVID cover up, the JFK, the Martin Luther King stuff, the assassinations, the UAPs. They are the ones, even the Epstein stuff. They are messing with all of it. Everybody's kind of been, why is Trump not one? There's a lot to it. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that, we got to get to the bottom of it, of exactly who's doing it. We're taking out the SES, SIGI. So we're going to the intelligence agency. That's MI5, MI6. That's all of them. So the CIA went after Tulsi. Now she's retiring. This is kind of a red flag to the international community, is what this thing says, the international criminal courts. So expect to hear more about this either this weekend, right now, whatever. All of this is all of this is coming out right now. Big stuff going on this weekend, I would say.
Yeah, it's amazing because when John Brennan came forward talking about we have a legion of CIA agents that are working against the Trump administration. The same day, Tulsi Gabbard's office, CIA agents went in and collected 40 plus boxes of information. And then, I mean, it's just like adding up. And then Roger Stone today identified on the Benny Johnson show a lot of the things she's gone through, very difficult decisions in order to have to step down to be with her husband. Rightly so, right? But he identified her as a trailblazer. She brought information about the electronic voting machines, very high level stuff that you don't just say. You don't say those. You don't identify treason within prior presidents or other parts of the administration. You don't say those things. She has the receipts for everything. So it's amazing what's coming.
No, she has done a great job. I mean, you can't take that away from her. You can't. But at the same time, my feelings is that she is not actually leaving, but it's an excuse to play behind to continue doing what she's doing from what we used to call remote locations.
You know,
the big task force. Oh, sorry, I had a hesitation.
Go ahead.
The DIG task force that she got going, right? She could participate in that. She could participate in with Vice President's task force as well. She could just move over to that. So, like you were saying, instead of having only the authority to investigate, she can really dig in deep. Within a different task force.
She makes her position. She can make criminal referrals to the DOJ. Now, my question to you guys: if it's so that she's retiring, okay, conspiracy theory number one, who would be her replacement? Because I have no earthly idea.
I don't think one's going to be needed. Just my opinion.
I have no idea.
So what are you saying? We've got some national emergency stuff coming up?
That's what I'm thinking, because we're already in a constitutional crisis as it is. We already have all the receipts with all of the executive orders, the law of war manual. Everything has led up to this operation to where we are today. If people actually did their due diligence to understand that, and it took a long time to understand that. But there's no way that we can allow an election to go on knowing what it is not just we know, but it is now in the upper echelons of the actual presidency. Once the president knows of that treasonous action, it's just the same thing as, Mr. President, this country just let a nuclear bomb or a nuclear missile take off. There's no difference in the manner of action that needs to take place. So I think something needs to happen, and I think it will be occurring within the next now to 30 days from now, I believe. That's just my opinion.
I wouldn't argue with that. And just know there is a purge fixing to happen in our military, in our Pentagon, and people around Trump. Now, is that to get them out of the way? Is that because they come in and done their job and some headhunters are coming in? Because the military is coming in? There's a lot of different things you can say, but just know that Tulsi Gabbard plans to release the findings of a number of high-profile investigations before she departs ODNI on June 30th. we're talking about the Havana syndrome, the AHIs, like the COVID stuff, weaponization, the 2020 election, and a whole lot more. Because I wouldn't be surprised if we've got everything we need sitting right there, more whistleblowers than we can handle. That'd be my guess. If I had to guess, that's what I'd say. Thanks, Lisa, for sending that to me, by the way. And I think Mary, you might have sent it to me
That's
too.
some heavy duty areas that she's going to be releasing. You know, because that's going to go straight once it's released, and pretty sure they already have it. But that's criminal referrals right there on all of it.
Are Senate and Congress on leave right now until June? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that's what I was talking about.
That's huge.
There's your sign. That's what I was talking about.
That's huge. Fellas, God bless you.
Cool.
I love you all.
All right. Well, time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies. Appreciate it.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, sir. Hey, thanks, Edward. I'll see you in talk time. You stay out
You
of
got it,
trouble.
boss.
Thanks
Talk
so
to you
much.
later.
Yes, sir. Bye. Thanks for joining. We'd love for you to come hang out with us. Join.patriot.com. Big things are fixing to happen. Just so you know, big things. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. You're going to see some things that you've been wanting to see. But I can't help but be comfortable when I'm telling people in talk time exactly what I think is going to happen. And then 3 days later, or they're telling me some stuff, you know, I can't hide the fact that it's going as it should. It's going like we've been told. All right. It's going. I mean, I couldn't script it any better, you know? So hang in there, stay up, have a great weekend, maybe take a load off, chill out a little bit. This will all be still going on, but there's going to be some wild and crazy times coming. Come see us. Thanks so much for joining. Have a good evening. Stay out of trouble. Bye.